How's it going, guys? So I want to do a quick video on stippling your gun. I know there's, hundreds of videos already on YouTube, but I have this M&P Shield in 9mm. It is safety checked, except the magazine is loaded. There's no round in the chamber. But I just have this magazine in here real quick to show you that I did stipple the front of this, and the gun is not pointed at me, by the way. So this is what it looks like at the bottom on regular plastic that does not have any sort of texturing done to it. Looks more of a circle, and then I think because of the M&P Shield already having some sort of texturing grip, it did change a little bit the outcome of the stippling, but for the better, because it looks more natural in the gun, to be honest with you. And this was my first time doing this. There are some spots where you can tell, like right here, I kind of maybe went over it too much, but overall it came out really good. It really does increase the grip of the gun, and that's why I wanted it. I did have, or I should say, when I bought the gun, it did have Fox grips, but they were starting to peel off, and I wasn't about to buy another set of grips that are glue. Again, I would only do this to a gun that I'm going to keep, because it will affect the sale price. You are, making the grip completely different for your satisfaction. If you go to sell a gun, that could really lower the price of it, and you could lose money. So only do this on a gun you're gonna keep and not sell. But I did do the magazine as I showed you. You cannot do the magazine release, because as I found out, that is actually a metal piece. So to do this, you're gonna want to lock back your slide, take the slide off like so, and then you remove the slide just so the gun's lighter and easier to work with. Now, since I already did this on this gun, some people like to use a pencil and draw vertical lines of how or just their pattern they're going to go out. I didn't do that. I just kind of went around, started from the outside, and worked my way kind of in sections without lines. So I did this side first, and then I did the back, and then I did this side, and then the same on the front. So you would just lay your gun down like so, and what you're going to need to do this is this is a wood kit, a wood burning kit. So it just has a tip that you plug in and it gets hot. It's by Weller. It's actually, you get all this stuff too with it, and multiple tips in there. I decided to go with the thinnest one. This is about $18 on Amazon where I got it. You can get it at Home Depot or Lowe's for 20 bucks. I will link it down below if you want to pick it up, but this works the best. Or you can use a soldering gun if you have that. Something with a hot, pointy tip is what you need. And I will say real quick that I did call Smith & Wesson just to make sure that this does not affect the lifetime warranty. So if my gun was to break and I send it in and they say, we didn't ship it to you like this, you didn't buy it like this, here's your gun back, can't fix it. The guy on the phone said, as long as you do not affect the function of the gun, you do not void your warranty. So I would assume if you do change a trigger with an Apex trigger, like a lot of people do, that does affect your warranty. I like the Shield trigger. It doesn't bother me. But like he said, putting night sights on the gun doesn't affect the function. And then I pretty much said, if I were to sand the grips and adjust the grips, would that affect the warranty? And he said no. Just for quick tip, if any other gun manufacturer, I would recommend calling if you're going to do anything to your gun and it does have a lifetime warranty, just to be on the safe side. So with this, I'm not going to do this since it's already done. I do have a sample piece here, and I just drew some lines. Now I will show you the first one. I took my time in doing it, and you can see it's more straight. Second one, I did it fast, and you can see how it's not straight. So I would suggest taking your time, and all you're going to want to do is hold it like a pencil. And then you just, press. It's a light tap. You don't want to go too deep depending on what you're working on, just because you might you don't want to go through the plastic especially. And, you can pretty much do this to anything. I've seen people kind of go a little bit extreme, and, it's their gun. They can do what they want. But, like shaving down like the finger grooves and stippling the whole entire grip, I don't see a need for that. This is my carry gun, so I do prefer to, leave it minimal, because I do carry inside the waistband, and it does touch my stomach or my skin. And you don't want it to be too aggressive to where, you end up not carrying it anymore. But, you know, you just take your time, put on some good music. You know, patience is key here. Keeping a steady hand. And then we'll just do a couple more lines to show you. So you just want to follow up where each little dot left off, and you don't want to work into that dot like I'll show you here, to where you make a bigger one, like you just saw there. So now you have it's off centered. You want to do, you know, one dot, and then right below that another one, so you get that plastic to pop up. And so you can see some lines here. Again, that's the big one I did, where if you go too close, you'll just make it a bigger dot. So you just want to do it next to each other, and that's, you know, it's relatively simple. So for 20 bucks, you know, you have grips that'll last forever. If you don't like them, you can sand them down and get a smooth texture and put something else on there or redo it just to make it even with the other polymer. But it worked out well. I didn't do anything else in the gun except for the areas that Smith & Wesson already texturized on their own to make it a little bit more aggressive. So that's pretty much it. Everything will be linked down below. Thanks for watching, guys.